This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
We made it to Friday, everybody. Welcome in. We are inside where it's warm in the Springer Mountains Farm Simply Superior A-Cup House. 21 degrees here in America's Music City, so it's very chilly outside. I'm Kelly Sutton. That's Charlie Mattos. Annie Nye is here. Jeff Roberts is upstairs. And you're joining in the family. Thank you for being here. Welcome in. We got a lot to talk about today. A lot of stuff in entertainment headlines. And the one thing that we left everybody hanging, we just spoke about it for a moment, but we got to come back around to it. Have you stayed in a haunted hotel? And I have now, thank you to a recommendation from my friend, Charlie Mattos. Didn't realize till we checked in last night. Thank you very much.
In my defense, I did not know it was haunted either.
You didn't?
It's a beautiful hotel, though.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Stunning. It's just one of those like, hey, by the way, you can't stay in room 311 because that's where the ghost is. Here are your keys. And I was like, what's happening? I didn't sign up for this. This is supposed to be Christmas, not Halloween. What's going on? So, yeah, we've been talking about it. We've got more on that coming up in just a little bit. It just took me by surprise. He was the man that checked us in, and we're talking about the Reed House in Chattanooga. Mm-hmm. He was so lovely, and he started telling me the history and then just kind of went into it.
Yeah, we've stayed at haunted places in New Orleans, and Renee has incredible stories, but perhaps my travel consulting business is off to a poor start.
A rocky start.
Yes.
Friend, you're getting 2 stars at this one, I think.
No.
Yeah, 2 stars out of 5. We're going to have to work on that.
I'm going to ban your review.
We'll be talking about that coming up. Also, Dolly is looking for more Dollies. Mm-hmm. It's the musical. Right. They are searching now for Dolly Parton the musical, and they want Dollies of all ages.
You know, I have very few theatrical skills. Yeah.
Okay. How did I know it was skills? Sorry, Charlie.
So I need a role where not much is required of me. So could I play Carl Dean?
Sure.
Yeah. I'll have no screen time, no stage time whatsoever. That's
totally.
Right. That's right.
Well, I'm really hoping that there's going to be a role for a reporter somewhere in this. Doubtful, but we'll try. Right. So if you are interested and you want to know more about the audition process, we've got that coming up. Entertainment headlines, as well as our friend Cole Swindell celebrating 5 months of marriage already.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll check in with him, see how he's doing.
And an Opry debut and a first time with us on Coffee, Country, and Cody in just a few minutes for Ryan and Rory.
From WSM Radio, this is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Welcome in, everybody. We get so excited when we have somebody stop by our studio before they step foot on stage at the Grand Ole Opry, and that's happening right now. We have Ryan and Rory with us. Guys, welcome in.
Thanks
Good
for
to
having us.
see you again. Good to meet you.
Good morning,
Rory.
Morning.
You and I, we were talking about this, and I was like, wait a minute. I've known him for a number of years.
Oh, yeah.
Please tell me. I think this is right, but I'm not sure. I may have been your first television interview ever.
Yes, first television interview and performance. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's how far back.
This is it. People are like, how do you make it in Nashville? You just outlast everybody else. You just stay here long enough that it comes
Dang
around.
straight. Dang straight. I love it.
And that would have been 2011-ish?
I think so. Maybe 2010 or...
BC.
Yeah.
It was a 14-year time.
Yeah.
But Ryan, you grew up here. Ryan Falasay, you've been here for years.
Yeah.
And it's so good to meet you. You're from North Carolina?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Born and raised. Yep.
And how did you guys even meet? How did this happen?
Well, we met in North Carolina, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Ryan was opening for another duo called Low Cash.
I'm familiar.
Yeah.
7 or 8 years ago. He was performing at a place called The Ritz, opening up for them. And I was like, I need to go meet that guy. This is when Ryan was doing his solo stuff.
Yeah.
Went back to his merch booth, and we just got a picture and met. And like 5 years later, we got connected through a family friend, and here we are. So
it's crazy how things happen, and sometimes it takes a few years in between.
Yeah. A couple suggestions, a phone call, and then you're like, oh my gosh, this is the person I'm supposed to make music with. It's insane.
Yeah.
That's
and
awesome.
a blind date on the golf course.
Yeah.
Well, if you can survive a round of golf with somebody, you can write a song.
Heck yeah.
With them. That sometimes the golf takes longer than a song, depending.
Absolutely it does.
Yeah, that's very true, actually. Yeah.
Now, I can say that plan does not work for everyone, because I remember getting a photo with Martina McBride at her merch booth, and she's never called.
She hasn't.
No,
Well,
so I'm glad it worked out for you guys.
Man.
It doesn't always work out.
Sad ending.
I know. Still a little little scarred by that. So.
Keep that dream alive, Charlie.
Maybe she's listening
All right,
right
listen,
now.
she's still singing. She may be
She's
listening
still
this
out
morning.
there.
So
both of you have such a rich history in music and how you got started. So Rory, take us back. You started playing piano at how old?
Since I was basically a baby.
Really?
Yeah, we always had a piano in the house, and I picked up piano because of that, and later guitar and drums and singing, and ended up starting my own little band back in high school, touring around the Carolinas and Southeast.
Tell us the name. They always have bad names, those first bands.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when I was some of my first gigs in pizza joints and restaurants making $50, I was like, man, I'm on top of the world right now. When I'm 13 years old. Anyways,
Sure.
hey, sometimes food and beverage is a good payday. You know?
for sure.
I mean, I
It's
will
still
not.
working for us.
yeah.
So
We got free popcorn at the Opry, just saying.
when you get more food in your check, it's always a win. Anyways, at 17, I got called by a place called the Carolina Opry in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and I was one of the youngest ever lead vocalist in their 35 years of being in existence. So, yeah, I went down there, made the move, graduated a year early from high school, did college online, and went for the Opry, and I've played over 300 shows a year there for about 4 years. So yeah.
Did that sit on you? Did you have any idea did they tell you that they led with, by the way, you'll be the youngest ever? Or was it just like, hey, come sing with us?
I didn't
Kind of
know,
an
I didn't know
aside.
that until I think like a week after I started.
Good.
there. And then
Okay.
that's when they
Better.
they had time to get the advertisement stuff going. And then I'm like driving down the road one day, and the radio's like, 17-year-old phenom, the youngest ever cast member. I'm like, oh,
Sometimes that's the best way to learn about it.
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
You didn't want to lead with that.
Exactly, yeah. So it was a super cool moment in time in my life.
And Ryan, you grew up here, and parents, songwriters, and just being in the industry. I mean, when did you take to music? Because it is kind of interesting. You're either going to love it if your parents do it, or you're going to hate it, or you're going to hate it first and then come to love it.
yeah, I took to it. I mean, almost immediately. I think one of my earliest memories my dad's got on video is I'm like about 5 years old, sitting in the back seat, bouncing around, and he asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I said I wanted to be a songwriter, and which is a pretty weird thing for a kid to say,
Yeah.
and a professional, baseball player. Obviously, one of those did not work out, I immediately did it, and my parents were incredible. Both of them are songwriters, and they were amazing at fostering my relationship with music at a really early age, and to the point where my dad and mom pretty much knew I wasn't going to go to college, and they let me spend some of that college money in high school making, my not so great demos that they believed in, and those demos turned into records that ended up getting me a record deal and setting my path in music.
Speaking about not giving up your dreams, don't give up the baseball dream. It wasn't that long ago I worked a Grand Ole Opry show with Adam Wainwright, World Series champion
yeah,
with the St.
yeah.
Louis Cardinals. So,
Yeah.
No way.
that's possible still.
Yeah, my throwing arm turned into more of a guitar playing
Yeah.
arm. So
I mean, we mentioned your mom and dad, and we say songwriters, but we should tell everybody
Yes.
the pedigree because it's incredible. I was just looking at, they co-wrote Tim McGraw's #1 single, something like that. Faith Hill's crossover hit The Way You Love Me, Lone Star's chart topper Smile. So, I mean, you're growing up with some of the creme de la creme. Did you feel pressure because of that?
I definitely felt what I didn't want is being a product of songwriters in the town. I didn't want people to think that like my parents wrote the songs for me and things like that. So the pressure was like, okay, they're writing the biggest songs that I know about.
Yeah.
And I got to go out there and kind of cut my own teeth and do my own thing. And I think that sort of led me to start a band and sort of, do different stuff and not follow exactly in their footsteps. Maybe the
Right.
same mountain, but a different path. I felt a little bit of pressure, but now at this point, my parents are just like, they're over the moon about everything. And we still write songs together all the time, all of us.
good.
And it's the pressure's off there.
That's good. Okay,
Not
so
everywhere, but it's off there.
we'll talk about a high-pressure situation happening tomorrow night. No big deal. Grand Ole Opry debut. It's fine. So we're going to be doing, I believe, a debut of your video. Is that happening? right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Has
Take it away.
this played anywhere else yet?
Just our cell phones.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So we should build it up. This is the worldwide debut.
And the very first thing people will see in this video is
Funny enough, a very important tower.
yes.
Very important radio tower.
Everyone here is listening.
I love this. I loved the song, but when I saw the video, I'm like, well, we gotta play the video.
And that tower is significant for more reasons than it just being a radio tower. I actually got pulled over right there when I was 16. I bought a Mustang, and I decided to paint it the same color as the Brentwood Police Department, and that was not a good idea.
Solid idea.
Yeah, so I got, let's change that memory from a fat ticket I got one time to a new one.
Okay, well, we're going to play it right now. Heaven's Got a Country Station. Welcome in. It's Coffee, Country, and Cody. We're talking about entertainment headlines right now. And if you are a fan of Dolly Parton and you do live theater, and yeah, I'm talking to a very specific group, but it is now your time. It is time to shine, friends. Dolly is looking for other dollies. This is what we've been practicing for, I tell my child last night. As I said, find your favorite Dolly song. So the musical is coming to life, and Dolly told us it was going to. She has a musical about her life. It's going to be on Broadway. She said by 2025. Maybe 2025 is when it goes into production. I don't know. But she has put out the casting call. So here are the parameters. If you want to play Dolly in this musical, there's no age limit.
Good. Okay.
Which is fantastic.
Yes.
You just have to pick your favorite Dolly song and do a minute audition for that. Put it on tape, and you can then send it on in. It's pretty easy. It's all online. The easiest place to find it all is dollymusical.com. It's dollymusical.com. You can go there and find the info. You can also see it. It's all over her information. So if you're following her on Instagram, which you should be, she posted all about it. It's due January 12th. So hop on it.
Little over a month.
I feel like I'm going to have to help Reese pick a song. So we were kind of going around the horn. What do we have our favorite Dolly songs? Annie, you brought in a deep cut that you said that you were listening to. What was the song?
Love is Like a Butterfly.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Like a butterfly.
I forgot all about that.
Are you auditioning?
There's no age limit.
Well,
There you go.
okay. So
Okay, well, what they meant by no
pause.
age
We just
limit
went-
was
okay. Yeah. But that's a great one. And I do
Really good.
think you're going to hear so many people doing 9 to 5 and they're going to do, Here You Come Again and all the songs that Dolly has made super famous. But I would say, as a mom theater nerd, you have to do something that feels authentic to you. And as a 15-year-old, my kid is not going to sing Jolene. So I'm just putting that out there.
Backwood Barbie.
That's a good one. Backwoods Barbie. That's a good one.
Reese.
That is Reese, kind of. All right, so we're taking suggestions. But just to let everybody else know, audition process on now closes January 12th. Cassidy Pope, congratulations to you. We love you so much. We've known her since she was on The Voice. Now she's going to be in a new musical. It's the New York cast of Titanic. I don't know what this is, but she said it's hilarious. Here's what she posted. I've been dying to tell you about this as of January 18th. I will be playing the part of Rose in the hilarious Titanic musical in NYC. So it's got to be a spoof, because I did look at the cast list and it has someone listed as the iceberg.
and there's a Jack.
And there's a Jack.
Yes. Okay.
So it's based on the movie Titanic. So if you want to go January 18th, go to New York and see our friend. And Haley Witters has a new duet. This is brand new, and it's with a guy that's making waves. Like, I've heard this guy's name everywhere. Max McNown. So Haley and Max now have a song called Roses and Wolves. Take a listen.
I did all that I could do, and roses are still bloom in the springtime. Wolves will sing their songs up to the moon.
I love their voices together. Haley Witters, Max McNown. This is Roses and Wolves, and I am loving it. Okay, let's get into the haunted stays. So just to set it up, if you're just joining us, my family had to travel to Chattanooga. I wanted to stay somewhere different. I didn't want to do like the normal, Marriott, whatever. And so I asked Charlie Mattos, my friend, who's been to Chattanooga many times.
Many times.
Where do you think I should stay? And you said
The Reed House.
Yeah.
It is historic. It is recently remodeled.
Yes.
They have the best steakhouse in Chattanooga in the hotel. There's a Starbucks in the lobby, and it's walkable to everything.
yes.
What I did not realize was
It's haunted.
only in one room.
Only in one room. But as I'm checking in, so let me set the scene. We had to pick Reese up from her rehearsal. She went late. It was 7 o'clock. So we're not on the road until late. Now, we're showing you pictures and video of it. It's stunning. When we say beautiful, truly gorgeous hotel. 150 years old.
Yeah, the history is just crazy.
History is astronomical. So we're in the car. We're driving to Chattanooga. We pull up. It is late. It is 11 o'clock their time. I walk in and I leave Paul and Reese in the car because I wasn't sure if we were going to park or if they did valet or how it all worked. So I said, y'all stay here. I'll find this out. So I walk in and this darling man, Alan, is checking me in. And he was lovely. Gave me cookies that he made fresh from home. And he said, now, I will tell you, there is one room that's not available, and that would be room 311. And that's because we have a permanent guest there, and she will not allow us to rent it out. And then he points to the portrait behind him and tells me how she met her untimely demise in room 311 and is now the ghost of the hotel.
Now, she did not pass of natural causes.
No. She was beheaded in the bathtub.
Well, there's
No.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough, Annie.
And
it was
no
rough.
one told you that, Charlie, when you stayed there? You
No,
didn't-
I didn't stay there. I've never stayed there.
Oh,
I've been in the
you went to the steakhouse.
No, I've eaten. I've been in the lobby. I've been to the Starbucks, and I knew it was one of
Got
the
it.
historic places and had been remodeled.
But you didn't know anything about the beheaded ghost in room 311.
No.
Thanks,
No.
friend.
But I would say the bathtub would be the place if one were going to, be beheaded.
Oh my gosh. The story is she was there and apparently was caught having an affair. And her husband, who was very jealous, found her and
See, I
did
would
the
want
deed.
Reasonably so.
I would want to walk by the room.
Reasonably so.
I would want to stay in like 312. I would want to get the feel of it.
I got to be honest with you. When he told me that, I didn't exactly know how to feel. And then when he kind of elaborated on it, and I realized they have pictures of her everywhere. So like it's become the personality of the hotel. And then he says to me, don't worry, you're in 345. I legitimately thought, I don't want to be on floor 3. What are you doing?
There are
Put me
other
on floor
floors.
9. Put me on floor 2 or 1. I don't want to be on floor 3. But I did have blessing spray in my purse, and I blessed all over my room before we went to bed. So
Is that like holy water for
kind
Catholics?
of,
Okay.
yeah. So anyway,
More Coffee, Country, and Cody is on WSM.
we are back. It's Coffee Country and Cody on WSM. She came in here ready to go, everybody. Summer Dean, hello.
I'm not always ready to go, but today I am.
I can tell you are, because you got a big show tonight.
I have the biggest show of my life tonight. I mean,
You want to
TBH.
say it? You want to say it?
You can say it.
Please welcome to the Grand Ole Opry stage, Summer Dean. Woo!
Yay! I'm gonna get that tattooed.
Oh,
yeah,
well,
on my back.
We have friends that have WSM and Opry tattoos.
Oh,
Carly
yeah.
Pierce.
All
and
the
then-
girls
I'm getting
from
it.
Sister
We're getting
City.
Opry tattoo. Yeah, for sure.
Perfect.
For sure.
This is good. We
Yeah.
talked earlier. We were just chatting backstage when you walked in, and I said, "Are you ready?" And you said, "I have manifested this since I was a girl."
When I was 8 years old in third grade, I've been telling this story since we booked this show. They said, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" You wrote the little paragraph thing,
Yeah.
and I wrote, "I either want to be Miss Texas or sing at the Grand Ole Opry." And so we made one of those happen. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's so special. Were
I'm
you already
mega
singing back then?
Oh yeah, my mom played piano in the church, and like a lot of people, I got my stage legs,
Yeah.
at church, sing in front of those people, and then just turned into honky tonkin' like it does Saturday night and Sunday morning, as Marty Stewart says, right?
Marty's going to be there tonight.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. So it's I'm just incredibly excited, and what's making me more emotional than like my Opry debut is how much support I'm seeing from my friends and family. Y'all, I bet there's 150 people coming from all over Texas tonight. Everybody's flying in. This is expensive time of year.
Yeah, it
you know?
is.
And like, I bet the over-under on how many times I cry today is 77, the band said.
What are we at already? Have we begun?
In an hour and a half of getting here yesterday, I cried twice. So we're staying at Hank Snow's house. It's an Airbnb in Nashville. Yeah.
Stop. I didn't know it was an Airbnb now.
There's wood. I mean, it's a time capsule.
Over
it's amazing.
in Inglewood or Madison, one or the other, right?
Yeah, Madison.
In that area.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Did you have that in mind when you were
Well, as soon as we booked it, our steel player, Kevin, he had gone to a party there.
Oh.
And so he said, we should stay here. So we're 4 nights. It's going to be great. Wow. But, everybody that's coming, and, like, the fact that they're spending money and time on my dream is just the most humbling. Now, if we could just turn that into tickets.
Yeah.
You know? So no matter where we play, all y'all fly in every time, you know.
But there is such a love for Texas artists, and we've heard it so many times. You can make an incredible living just touring in your home state. You don't have to go outside of the state of Texas.
Yeah.
What does it mean then to know that you've had these people that have supported you along the way? Obviously, it's like a culmination and a big celebration being on the Opry stage because it's a tangible moment that you get to experience with your family. And that is the one thing I always say when we're talking to somebody. I'm like, you do so many of these things and you reach these milestones in your life, and a lot of times you're alone or you're on your bus and you're traveling down the road. You hear your song on the radio for the first time somewhere. You might be with one other person in the car, or you might just be by yourself. Yeah. But this is one of those milestones you get to celebrate with your whole family and everybody that's helped you along the way.
Yeah. I can't, that's the part I can't really process. You know, the showbiz part, I'll get a game face and I'll handle and we'll do it. That's work, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just can't get a handle on the support. I'm calling it my wedding today because I spent wedding money making my last album and all this stuff. So it's like, so I told everybody I want a place where I can see my reception. So we're all going to the Palace. We're going to the Nashville Palace after.
I love that.
Well
so
done.
that's where I'm going to get to receive everybody. And my friends were setting it up for me, and they said, "What do you want? And you want decorations or whatever?" It's like, no, I just want a place that I can hug everybody, and that's the biggest part. I can't even process what it means that everybody's coming. Just before we went in here, I was a school teacher for 12 years, and I quit 5 or 6 years ago, and my whole team that I taught with is flying in, and they just sent a picture wearing like the very first Summer shirts I ever made forever ago, and it's just the neatest. Well, it's the neatest.
And the cool part is, obviously at its heart, it's a radio show, so those who can't come can still experience it from 500-600 miles away, and that's the beauty of it too. It lives out there.
Yeah, that makes me. I'm more nervous, but yes.
Yeah. Well, and here's the cool part too. So you'll step in that circle for the first time tonight.
Yes, sir.
But that wood that you're sitting on right now is the same wood as the Ryman from the early 1950s. So kind of get used to it. It'll feel really like at home when you get over there.
I don't ever want to get used to it.
That's true. That is true.
I don't ever want to get used to it.
You mentioned that this is like your wedding. So how long did it take to pick out the outfit?
Oh my gosh. Well, I designed it with Bonnie Kinnemer. She's a designer out of Austin. And I told her that I wanted Cher meets like my honky tonk vibes.
Oh.
And so, it's like a halter top and like it's going to be great. It's fun. And I got a Kinnemer custom hat, and we're wearing all reds.
Oh,
yeah, I'm wearing red, and we got the guys all duded up in their stuff, and it's gonna be great.
I can't wait.
I'm
so excited
too.
for you.
I know.
We're gonna play one of your songs. Might be getting over you. Give us the backstory on it before we play it.
Yeah, it's actually one I'm thinking about playing tonight. Might be getting over you. Oh, it's just a fun little song that I wrote about having a big crush on punchy cowboys that drive big old punchy trucks, and so I made up a song about trying to meet another one while you're getting over one. So it's just a song about going to a rodeo dance and meeting a hot cowboy.
Don't let the wheels get cooled off before the next one rolls into town.
Yeah, sure.
This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Summer Dean stopping by with us before making her Grand Ole Opry debut tonight. It's been a long time coming. She's been working on that since she was in 3rd grade.
Girl.
I know. I'm so happy for you. You know, I think it's always special. Anybody that makes their Grand Ole Opry debut, it's super special. But there are people who have had it on the dream board for a very, very long time.
I feel very, very lucky. It's do I have time to tell a quick story?
Sure.
So every time my agent, I'm on Atomic Agency, and every time my agent calls me, he'll be like, "Hey, do you want some good news?" And I'll be like, "Is it the Opry?" And he's like, "No, but it's this, you know." And so I'm like, "One of these days, Chris, you're going to tell me it's the Opry." So I used to tell this joke on stage, and I'd say, "Well, I would like to announce I finally booked my first set on the Grand Ole Opry." And everybody would clap, and I'd be like I said, I'd like to announce that. Unfortunately, I can't because I never have, you know. And so one time my agent was in the audience. My agent's boss kind of was in the audience, and he heard that, and he laughed. And so after the set, he said, "I'm going to get you on the Opry." So one morning, my agent called, and he said, "Hey, you want some good news?" And I said, "Is it the Opry?" And he said, "Yep." And I just fell to my knees. I was like, "No!"
Oh, my God.
And it turns out, the agent that was in the audience, when I said the joke about one day wanting to do it, he said that he emailed him and emailed him and emailed him. It was like, another reason Summer Dean is to get on the Opry, another reason. And finally they were like, "All right, we're ready. Let her pick her day." So this is the first free weekend we had, and we're here. And it's
That's
Christmas
amazing.
time. What a great time to do it, right?
It truly, truly is.
Yeah.
You know, you were talking, you get 2 songs, so you have to kind of figure it out. It's not always easy, but you've had a couple friends who've just made their Opry debuts as well. So you could go to the well and find some information.
I called the girls. So I've got my friend Brennan Lee and my friend Caitlin Butts. They both debuted within this past year.
Yep.
So they gave me some advice. And then I called my friend Sunny. I'm dropping some names here, y'all getting it. My friend Sunny Sweeney. But all those girls were all, we're all real close, you know. And Sunny has played 50-something times or something. So she gave me some advice, too. So she actually called last night. So everybody, and Brandon will be with us today. So it's great. But yeah, they gave me some advice and what not to do and what, you know, don't bum everybody out, but also don't be too silly. Like, keep it kind of middle of the road, but have a good time. Don't try to prove anything. Just play good songs, you know.
There you go.
Will you be riding a Vanya Tucker to the Opry tonight?
She's parked outside right now.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
She goes where I go.
I love that. And I love the tour merch that keeps Vanya Tucker on the road. You can buy a T-shirt to help support Vanya.
Yeah.
How many miles on Vanya?
260 something.
Wow.
That's amazing.
But she's got a brand new transmission, so
like a
facelift, man.
I was gonna say that, but
we all gotta have some work done sometime.
She's good to go. Yeah,
she looks
fine.
better than ever.
Yeah,
feeling fresh.
And I take real good care of her, so I need her to last. I would love to have a tour bus, but I don't want to. Not till it's not my problem, you know. I'd like for that tour bus to be somebody else's problem if I'm ever in one. But
that's a very true story.
Right now, we're still a van. So we could probably upgrade, but nothing like good old bench seats in a van. You know?
It's character building.
And it's like, it's comfy. Like, we're fine.
Good.
Well, you know, the one thing about a bus, while it is comfortable, and I will say that, but you don't see America that way. And you've probably seen more of the country than most people who do that many shows.
From a windshield.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I mean, it's easy to go a lot of places and see nothing.
Right.
If you think about it. I mean, you know, sound check, show, hotel, bed, next day, just the same routine over and over again.
Well, it doesn't really matter because what the problem is that I can't afford a bus.
Right. Well, there's that. Okay.
Now,
moot point. Moot point.
Yet.
But I don't want to get in one until doesn't matter if I can afford it. It's not mine.
Well, Charlie can hook you up with all kinds of haunted hotels if you want to stay in them. He's got a whole list of them over there.
I do. So, if you're got any gigs in Chattanooga or New Orleans, I'm your man.
Really? You can take those ghost tours.
Oh,
right?
for sure. Yeah. But we've had encounters. So
that's so cool. Yeah. I'm from Fort Worth, and there's a ghost tour in the stockyards.
Oh, I bet that one is. Yeah. That one's pretty stout. Summer Dean, what a great song.
Thank you. I made it up. How'd you like it?
I like it. That's so funny. Okay, so my daughter years ago was in the back seat singing, and I said, "Did you make that up?" And she goes, "No, I wrote it, Mom." And I'm like, "Only a kid from Nashville would be like, I'm a songwriter. I'm just not making things up." Before we go, tell us about this mug that you brought in here that says Grand Ole Opry on it.
Okay, I told you I've been manifesting this.
Yes, you really have, sister.
Yeah, I got on eBay. And I just looked up a whole bunch of Grand Ole Opry things. And so Kevin, this is mine because I'm a big, I like big cups.
That looks like a big gulp for everybody on the radio.
Yeah, I'm not like a Yeti girl. I'm like a plastic vintage.
Yeah.
I'm like,
sure, it's got
straws.
the straw on it. Yeah.
And so I got our steel player Kevin is a big coffee guy. I got him a little vintage coffee mug. Our rhythm section, wearing these vests tonight that they want to put all these patches on, so I got him Opry patches.
Oh, I love
the
it.
girl that made the outfit, I got her like a vintage Opry pin cushion. So I just been collecting little things so people have little souvenirs. And
I love that.
it's fun.
Well, tonight you're going to get a special souvenir. I'm not going to ruin it, but you do get to take something home with you. So
okay,
it's gonna happen.
Well, good, because I'm going to steal it if they're not going to give it to me.
Summer Dean.
I'm leaving here with something.
I
Right?
can't wait to see you tonight on the Grand Ole Opry stage.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming back.
More Coffee, Country, and Cody is on WSM.
Welcome in, Coffee, Country, and Cody. Kelly Sutton hanging out with you this morning with our friend Charlie Mattos and Annie Nye, and Jeff Roberts is upstairs. We have been talking about all the things that are coming our way. One of the things that we didn't get a chance to talk about were our favorite Christmas movies. We did this a few months ago. We were, kind of getting into the mood. But now that we're actually fully into December, I do have a list that I feel like I need to watch before the big day.
Really?
Yeah.
I have more of the TV specials that I always feel like I need to watch.
Okay.
And there's always the great debate, is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
No.
Okay.
Who says that?
A lot of people.
Really?
It's set at Christmas time.
Oh, no.
Okay.
It's just because it's set at Christmas time doesn't mean it's a Christmas movie.
But it could be.
I guess.
Right.
All right.
All right.
We've got the chick flick coming up, basically. That's what I'm telling you. Get ready. We're going to do the chick flick, and if you're the winner, then you get $25. Shop.opry.com. I spent a lot of money there on Cyber Monday, and I think that my order should be arriving either today or tomorrow. Fast shipping, by the way.
Wow.
Well done.
You could just say, could I just pick it up? Do you have layaway? I'll walk 10 feet to go get it.
I think that there were things, though, that were online that aren't available in the store.
Like exclusives.
Yes.
There you go.
So I wanted a few of those.
Okay.
Let's talk entertainment headlines. Carrie Underwood, she's got another gig, y'all. She's not slowing down anytime soon. This one's very special. She will be at New Year's Eve. I almost said Nashville New Year's Eve. She will be at the New Year's Eve ball drop in Times Square with Ryan Seacrest. And she even said, I'm thrilled to celebrate 20 years since winning American Idol by joining Ryan as he hosts his 20th New Year's Eve in Times Square. I hadn't thought about that, but he has been with her since the beginning. He watched her walk in and audition on American Idol.
They're both kind of forever young.
Yes.
They do not
really
look
are.
like it's been 20 years.
No, I just thought that was really fun and special and a full circle moment. So Carrie was added, Megan Maroney, Thomas Rhett was already announced. So it's going to be a really fun special.
Did we say Teddy Swims?
Teddy Swims
is
is going to be there too. Yeah, so it's going to be a really fun special. That is the Rockin' New Year's Eve with Ryan Seacrest 2025.
And and Nashville New Year's Eve with Kelly Sutton will have.
Oh, I like that. I'm not on the bill listed like that.
Well, it should be.
It should be.
Yes.
I'll get with my people
But
and see what
Keith
we can
Urban?
make happen. Keith Urban's going to be there. Jelly Roll's going to be there. Kane Brown. And then we have a multitude of others that are all performing around town, and those are all taped. Most of it is taped.
But those three are live.
50%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to be really fun too. Make sure if you don't want to go anywhere, you don't have to. There's all kinds of specials happening on New Year's Eve. So you can either snuggle in, or if you want to come to ours in Nashville, it is free. So I'll just put that out there for everybody. Shabuzi this weekend, SNL, don't miss it. If you love watching SNL just for, the comedic factor, I think Shabuzi might be worked into one of these skits. I don't know that for sure, but that's what I have been told through the grapevine. So we'll be tuning in to watch. It's his SNL debut Saturday night. And, he is following in the footsteps of Jelly Roll, who helped kick off the 50th season of SNL.
And he's had a pretty good few weeks, right?
Yeah.
CMA Awards.
Then he
Detroit
was
Lions on Thanksgiving Day.
Right? That was interesting. We had Laney doing the Red Kettle kickoff, which was a Cowboys game, and then Shabuzi was at the Lions game. I'm like, man, country music's taking over.
Yeah, he got the better game.
He did get the better game. She probably got the better setup. I mean, she had the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, and then Jelly Roll came out.
Correct.
And so, yeah, but he had the better game. Cole Swindell, congratulations to Cole. He has been married now for 5 months. His wife, Courtney Little, and he have been enjoying every minute of it. We caught up with him, and here's what he had to say.
Just over 5 months now, married, and it's not a whole lot's changed, but it's been great. Honestly, took me long enough, but it was worth every bit of the waiting, man. It's been great, and to be winding down with shows. Looking forward to some off time. We've been wide open since the wedding. I mean, I had a show 2 days after our wedding, then we went on our honeymoon. So looking forward to the holidays with our families.
Show 2 days after the wedding. Got to pay for that honeymoon somehow. So, and they were in Sonoma, is where they got married.
Okay.
So that's kind of like a built-in honeymoon within itself.